Started in 1981, the Gator Chomp is one of the most recognizable traditions in collegiate sports. The Florida Gymnastics squad has found a way to incorporate the intimidating hand clap into their floor routines. Ben Hill Griffin Stadium is empty at the moment, but in just a few hours, the Swamp will be packed with fans in orange and blue, ready to cheer on their Florida Gators in their SEC home opener against the University of Kentucky Wildcats. Most students show up about 3 hours before tip-off. Jake and his friends, however, are here at least 24 hours in advance to make sure they have their front row spot. This fall, the Florida Gators gymnastics squad will be getting a brand new practice facility, starting with this wall, which will be expanded out to include 6,000 more square feet in the studio, and the Gators will have the largest collegiate practice facility in the country. Tonight's meet is the 7th time the Gators have faced a top 20 team in the nation. The Utes were ranked #1 earlier in the season, and they will be looking to defeat the Gators tonight to take that title from them.
WUFT Sports' Stephanie Jones is live in the O'Connell Center with more. Steph?
Thanks, Mark. I'm here live at the O-Dome where things are just getting started for tonight's SEC matchup. Florida's #1 in the country tonight, and the Wildcats come into Gainesville looking for the upset. The Gators have been dominant all season, dropping just one loss to LSU on the road. Freshman Bridget Sloan has been the shining star lately, taking the all-around title last weekend at Georgia. But in this Gator team, there really are no weak links. Keitra Hunter, Marissa King, and Ajane Dickerson also provide help in the all-around, while Mackenzie Coquato shines on the beam. Number 23, Kentucky, comes into the O'Connell Center tonight with 3 SEC wins. Junior Audrey Harrison is a Wildcat to look out for. She's won the all-around title in the past 3 meets for Kentucky. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Stephanie.
We'll hear from WUFT's Stephanie Jones, who is live at the O'Connell Center with your preview of tonight's basketball game.
Thanks, Kelsey. I'm here live at the O'Connell Center, where we're just under 2 hours away from tip-off. Florida made it to the Elite 8 last season, and tonight they host their exhibition game against Nebraska Kearney. They return 3 starters with leading scorer Kenny Boynton and big men Patrick Young and Eric Murphy. Scotty Wilbekin and Mike Rosario are also expected to start and to fill the shoes left by Irving Walker and Bradley Beal. Small forward Casey Prather is out with a concussion. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. Back to you. Game day is finally here, and for Cardinals and Gators fans, the Sugar Bowl experience couldn't get much sweeter. While it seemed Louisville outnumbered Florida fans in the beginning of the week, the Gators slowly started to descend on the Big Easy. However, it's not your typical college football atmosphere.
Everyone's very friendly. I mean, everyone offers you drinks, and everyone's very nice. And I mean, we don't really associate with the Florida fans as much as we were with U of L fans, but it was a good time with everyone there.
There's not a lot of trash talking going on. If it is, it's friendly trash talking. Friendly trash talking.
The Gator fans were still prepared to take no mercy, even though the game didn't turn out in their favor.
This is a mayhem for the Cardinals. All-state mayhem, and we're just hoping they get out okay.
Fans have come out to Champion Square for the Fan Fest before the game. There's not many tailgating options outside of the Superdome here in New Orleans, but they're still making the most of the situation.
We expected more people because I've been to many different college football games like UT, A&M, a lot, because we're from Texas and football is really big in Texas, and very surprised that it's not very tailgate friendly here.
Fans had the opportunity to score free goodies, listen to live music, and pummel each other on inflatables. While the turnout for the Sugar Bowl was the lowest since the 1930s, the fans that were here made sure their allegiance was shown. At the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, I'm Stephanie Jones, WUFT Sports. This weekend's matchup between the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Florida Gators brought College Game Day to Gainesville. Students started lining up as early as yesterday afternoon to get a front row seat for all the action.
7 p.m. last night.
We haven't slept for 25 hours.
It's been a long day.
6 hours.
We're starving, and so is Gillen.
Gator fans pitched tents to sleep in front of the Swamp to make sure they had a spot to be featured on the show. But the most popular late-night pastime? Making the infamous College Game Day signs.
We want them to know that UF is a great fan base, and we're ready to get really wild for Gator football.
Students flocked to arts and crafts stores to sweep the shelves of cardboard and markers, but there was no shortage of creativity. The signs ranged from ancient history to art history, but the classics will never go out of style.
Basically, our sign idea was to go with the ESPN framework.
each letter, you can represent each letter throughout our sign, and also encompass the University of Florida football. And that, let's go, baby! Oh!
Even Coach Boom made an appearance, but that didn't deter Gamecock fans from showing their school spirit.
As Donald Trump likes to say, a setback is a setup for a comeback. And we're out to prove that we can win on the road. So after last week's loss at LSU, we're going to win big today.
For some fans, it's about more than the game. It's about tradition.
Game day wouldn't come to Pullman. So we brought Wazoo to game day, and we have ever since. This is the 126th consecutive show that the Wazoo flags have been in the background. I don't really care where we stand as long as they get on TV. I got a lot of people to make proud today. It's an honor. This was on my bucket list. We've got another flag waver here. It was on his bucket list. My dad is so proud of me. He's also a graduate of Wazoo. Go Cougs!
Florida lacrosse players also wanted the game day experience.
We actually did. We just weren't sure if we should bring them back here or anything. Yeah. She made a really cool one. It was like an ESPN one. It said,
the Swamp Chomps, Carolina, yeah. I don't know what happened to it.
Although every sign was different, Gator fans all agreed on one thing about South Carolina: not impressed. For ESPNU Campus Connection, I'm Stephanie Jones. Florida basketball traveled to Jacksonville on Friday for the Navy Marine Corps Classic to celebrate Veterans Day. The Gators were invited aboard the USS Baton to take on Georgetown in a game that honored the nation's military. The city of Jacksonville organized the event, including the construction of the court on the amphibious assault ship. Setup for the game started about a week ago. They even used cranes to bring in approximately 3,500 seats. Tickets for the game started at $1,000, but $50,000 could get you a courtside seat like this one. The tickets were sold as an event package, which included a pregame Little Big Town concert, tickets to the Jacksonville Jaguars game, and sponsored tickets for military members. Before the game started, the Gators met with a service member from the Wounded Warrior Project.
I don't know if they got emotional about it, but I was just thinking about myself. If I was in that situation, would I be selfless enough just to put my life out there on the line, or if someone would do that for me? And just it was just such an amazing story. And then how Coach Donovan was able to just relate that to basketball really encouraged us as well.
The teams even wore camo uniforms, and the coaches were in combat boots. It was an event that the players surely will never forget. For WUFT Sports, I'm Stephanie Jones.